Hi guys, it's Jacqueline and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4, and today I am building a converted school bus, and this is basically based off of a ton of images that I've seen in real life and just the concept of having a school bus and then converting it into a trailer home essentially. So I have seen a lot of these. People call them schoolies, online at least. I don't think I've ever seen any in real life, but I think they're really fun. Very cool concept, but anyway, this one is for, like I said, a family, and basically there's a family that lives here. It's a couple and they have 2 kids, and then the couple just, like, they worked very boring office jobs and stuff like that, but they were really into nature and they kind of wanted to live a simpler lifestyle, so they decided to purchase a school bus and renovate it, and they obviously sold their house. So this is what they live in now, and I think it ended up being really cute. The lot that it's actually placed on ends up being fenced in, so I was kind of thinking that maybe, obviously they'll take like road trips on the trailer, but at the same time, like, they have this lot that they usually live in or like dock in, so they just purchased the lot and then they always put or like return there, and that's where they spend most of their time, but they all are also on the move and traveling a lot. So that's what I've seen some people do in real life that own these. Some other people also just like don't really have a permanent space. They just stay with, like, they stay wherever as they travel. But I thought that it made sense for this lot so that I could kind of add more stuff to it and activities and stuff on the outside, because otherwise it would pretty much just have to be nature or like a bland lot, and I didn't really want to do that. But either way, the exterior is sort of coming together now. You'll see, since obviously we don't really have a way to make school buses like with items that are actually meant to be for school buses in The Sims, I do use a lot of move objects and like things that aren't necessarily supposed to be what I end up using them for, but I think it ends up looking nice in the end. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully you like it also, but I think it's actually really cool, so you can stick around if you want to watch it. I mean, I don't know if you saw just now, I did do some wheels, which I made with just a ton of circular wall decorations that I turned around and then used move objects to place where I wanted them to go, and then layered them on top of each other to make some wheels, so that I thought that looked pretty nice. But either way, how are you guys doing? I'm doing pretty well. Let's see, what can I talk about for my life this week? I haven't really done much this week, actually, to be honest. I've been getting into a bit of a Stardew Valley kick lately. Very fun game. I highly recommend it if you don't have it. It's only like $15, I think, so yeah. Very efficient purchase, I would say, especially if you have The Sims, so you're into the video gaming type of thing, because it's a farming game and it's just very relaxing. It's really fun. But yeah, I've been doing that. Let's see. I don't know. Right now I am pre-recording, actually, because I'm going away. Next week I'm going to be gone for a week. Me and my sister are going to somewhere together, and then I'll get back, and then I have a week to record more videos, and then I have to go to New York with my family. I mean, not have to, obviously. I'm very, very excited. If you didn't know, you probably didn't know, I am a very big Broadway nerd, so I'm super, super excited to be going, you know, to the home of Broadway, because, yeah, I haven't actually ever seen a Broadway show in real life, so I'm really excited. Oh boy. But, yeah. Let's see, I don't know, my life has been pretty uneventful lately, but yeah, let me know how you're doing. But either way, here is the exterior of the van. It's pretty much completed. I do end up expanding it in the back, so it gets longer, just because I couldn't really fit the floor plan in the way that I wanted to. And I've seen people, it's kind of crazy, people that live in these in real life. There's one that I've seen with, like, literally, I think it's like 6 kids or something like that. Right, so 6 kids and 2 adults, and they're all living in this converted school bus, and it's, oh my goodness, it's wild. And the thing with that is that, like, I mean, that one in particular, the beds, the way that they had them, it was just like an alleyway, and then on each side was bunk beds, right? So it felt like you were walking through, like, I don't know, a prison or something. It was just, I don't think that was the most inviting. But, you know, I don't know, kind of reminded me of like a tour bus, except that they're like young kids living on it. And it was just, I don't know, that one was interesting, but that's why I kept this down to only 2 kids, because I didn't want it to be like too crowded. I wanted to still feel like there was enough space for like little kids, you know? But there is also, I might have done 3 kids because it is on the medium wall height, so I could have managed 3 kids if the bunk beds thing hadn't stopped working. actually, I haven't actually tested that myself, but I've heard from many people that the team in one of the updates, they made it so that the bunk beds, if you raise up a bed and then put it like over the other bed, there used to be a way where you could get that to work, but they made it so that you can't get it to work anymore, which is really sad, because that was a fun thing to do. I like to do that a lot. Or even just raise up beds and then like put something under it, because if you shifted that the right way, you could get it to be functional, but you can't do that anymore. So my point is that if I had been able to do that, then I might have went for 3 kids, but I think 2 kids worked out well, because their room is pretty small anyway. For all intents and purposes, this is probably a tiny home, considering the amount of Sims that are living here. But I don't know, I still think it's nice. I kind of want to play here, to be honest, but I don't really do that much actual gameplay in The Sims. I mostly build, to be honest. I am playing, ooh, can I plug myself? I will plug myself. I'm doing a Let's Play on my channel right now, The Sims 4 Not So Berry Challenge. There's only one part out right now, but you know, if you subscribe to stay tuned, then you can watch more of it, so that could be fun. Yeah, but although this is actually mint, so maybe I could like make my sim is a really nice house, but maybe I could make my sim like move here. I don't think so. She doesn't have kids. That would be a very poor decision. Yeah, but anyway, so now we're on the inside. I kind of skipped over most of the floor planning just because there was a ton of stuff I had to do in the floor planning to kind of make it work well, since obviously this is pretty small. I didn't forget a bathroom this time, so yay me. But right here, we're in the kitchen right now. I use the Jungle Adventure counters because I use those way too often, and I don't know. The thing with the counters, I actually kind of was considering using the new Island Living counters, but I haven't really been using those a lot, to be honest, just because, I don't know, I don't really feel like you can use them because there's no island counters and there's no overhead cabinets, and I'm kind of losing hope that they're going to patch those in, because I know that they said that they were going to, but you know, we got the Maxis Monthly, we know what's coming with the, oh, I can talk about the update, sorry, but we know what's coming with the update, and I don't think they mentioned that on the Maxis Monthly stream this month, so I'm kind of, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to use them that much if we don't get overhead cabinets and island counters. But either way, the Maxis Monthly update, I knew there was something slipping in my mind that was like obvious to talk about, right? So, we've all seen that by now probably. They're rebranding The Sims and pretty much overhauling all of the graphic design elements of it. So they're making new box art, or they have made new box art for everything. And, oh boy. So the thing is, before I say anything about this, I just want to clarify, the rest of the stuff about the update I'm very excited about. Cast story mode I cannot wait to try out because I don't do cast that much anyway, so I think that'll be a fun addition to it that might make me more tempted to do it. So I'm very excited about that. And then the new build objects, obviously, oh my, just give me those fast please, like I want them right now. Obviously I couldn't. Maybe it would have been smart of me to wait to do this build until then, because they would have given a lot of stuff that might have been useful from debug, but that's okay, either way. Okay, listen, 1,000 objects. I'm so excited about that. But, let's just talk about the rebranding for a second, because I personally am not a fan. And I know that is a consensus of a lot of people. I know some people that do like it. I just don't see the need for it. And I know that they said it was, like, symbolic of their 5 years of The Sims. And I am glad to hear that The Sims is going to be not stopping anytime soon. Like, that makes me very happy. Or The Sims 4, at least. But I just don't know. I feel like they've been making a lot of questionable releases lately, like the Mosquito Stuff Pack. I've already expressed my thoughts on that. It's pretty negative. But, like, I just don't think that they really needed to do that. And I know there's a lot of people that are getting mad at it because they're upset that they've spent this energy and, like, manpower on rebranding The Sims when they could be adding, like, more gameplay elements and stuff. The thing with that is that it's not the same team working on that. I'm pretty sure that's, like, I don't know what the team is actually called, but the people working on the rebranding are not the same people that would be doing stuff for the gameplay. Because the gameplay people were working on cast story mode, I'm pretty sure, for this update. But, like, I don't want to be too negative about this because I'm always, like, appreciative when they add stuff for free in the base game. Like, how can you not be appreciative of that? And I don't want that to, like, overshadow it because I think that's great. And I feel like I mean, I don't think they're going to stop doing that, but when they keep getting these really negative reactions, it kind of sucks because people only focus on the thing that they don't want. I wish there was a way to switch it back to the original, like how they have the Sims 3 camera that you can use, even like if you don't want to use the Sims 4 camera. Or like people were saying, I saw a lot in the comments of the Maxis Monthly stream, if you could make if they could make the new everything into a dark mode so that you could opt out of it and go back to the original. Like, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I'm trying not to focus on it too much because I am really excited about all the other stuff. But yeah, I am kind of disappointed in that. I mean, when I first saw it, I was on my private on my Instagram and I posted about it, and I was like, because all of my friends following me on my Instagram, they have no idea, like they don't care about The Sims at all, but I was like, guys, they ruined the one thing that I care about, The Sims 4, and everyone was like, well, actually, that's a lie. One person responded, the only other person I know that actually plays The Sims in real life, and she was like, what happened? And I told her, but she's not like as obsessed with it as I am, so she wasn't really aware of the changes yet. So I told her what was going on, and she was like, not very pleased with it either. But I don't know. But the point is, at first, I had a very poor reaction. I was like, they destroyed it. But I don't know. I'm kind of coming to terms with it now. The thing is, like, I just don't mind it that much because it won't actually impact gameplay. But I know some people have differing opinions on that. I'm pretty sure I've talked this out, so I'm done with that now. But either way, in this house, or trailer, schoolie, sorry, there's a lot of color. As per usual in family environments, I always try to make it pretty colorful when there's younger kids involved. So yeah, it is fairly bright. I tried to keep it, like the interior, some of the items in the interior, I tried to keep it as realistic to real life as possible. Like, I tried to make as much of it as possible look built in, and so like I merged a lot of stuff into the wall so it looked like it was part of the school bus instead of movable furniture, and then like the couches that I used are from Dine Out, so they kind of look like school bus seats. Not really. I mean, I'm very familiar with school buses. I rode the school bus for 2 years back in middle school. Personally, I'm not sure why exactly you would want to live in a school bus, because that would just be bringing up some traumatic memories for me. But, you know, I don't know. Some people might like it. The people that actually enjoy their middle schoolers. Okay, sorry. Yikes. But either way, oh, by the way, I should probably mention here, I did go pretty debug crazy with clutter. Like on this shelf right here, there's a lot of debug stuff. There's some stuff from backyard stuff. That's technically a birdseed box, but I felt like it looked like cereal, so I put it in there. And then just a lot of things that I felt like would be fitting to have on the shelves up here. And then I also do that in the bathroom. Besides that, there's not a ton of debug stuff in this house. But yeah, the bathroom and the kitchen shelves, there's a lot. But either way, let's see, what else can I talk about? I did not do as much clutter as I usually do in kitchens in here, just because I've seen from like a lot of tours that I've watched, tiny home tours and like big living in a small house or whatever that channel name is, those types of things. I've seen a lot of those, and people usually talk about how like you want to have as little stuff just out in the open as possible without a way to like close it off, because otherwise when you're moving, like when you're driving, you have to put all that stuff away in like a secure area. So that makes sense. So I was trying to make sure that as much of it as possible looked, like I said, built in, connected, or like it wouldn't just fall out if you were driving. Obviously, since this is a family home and I wanted to make it look lived in, there is a fair amount of stuff like out and around, but I tried to make sure that like it made sense that you could put that stuff away somewhere. Probably a little too thought out for, you know, a Sims build, especially considering that this technically doesn't actually move, but it's okay. That's irrelevant to the point. I do this a lot. I like try too hard to make things realistic, and it's like, why are you doing this? Because it doesn't really matter. But then there are things that you would think would be super obvious that I would do, because everybody does it, and I'm like, nah, this doesn't need to be realistic. Like, why would it be realistic? What are you talking about? So yeah. Anyway, then this is the kids' bedroom. I used matching comforters. I'm not really sure why I did that. I didn't think too much about it, which is interesting because usually when I do bedrooms for like multiple people or multiple children, I use different bedspreads, but I didn't really particularly dislike the way it looked in here. I was thinking twins or kids of a very close age to one another. I definitely think they're both children. Maybe one of them is more in the teen area, but neither of them are teenagers, because I don't think they could really live in this close of quarters if they were teenagers. But yeah, so I thought one of them was really into sports, and then the other one, I was kind of thinking maybe like really liked anime or something like that. So I thought those were cool ideas. The sports one is a pretty basic personality. I don't know, I mean, there's not much to say about that. The anime one, I kind of had a bit of a different idea for, like, a bit quirkier, maybe likes art and stuff, but honestly just, like, enjoys watching anime, because I know a lot of people in real life do that, and it's, like, a very big part of their personality. Personally, I never really got into anime much. I don't know, it was kind of a trend, or, like, a phase that a lot of people went through back when I was in, like, 7th or 8th grade, but, I never really watched it that much, but I don't have a problem with it. I think I just never really tried it, and if I had, maybe I would like it, who knows. But anyway, yeah, so that's the point there, is that those are the two personalities, but obviously the room isn't really very strictly decorated to the personalities because two people are living here. But I did try to make it clear, like, there's a sports poster, and then the anime one has some posters of, like, movies, but we're pretending they're shows. Yeah, but anyway, we moved on to the parents' room here. I used this bed from Seasons. It's the green swatch of it. I mean, you could see that obviously, but I thought I would mention it since I don't really use that swatch too often, but I had fun using it this time, so I think that was good. And then I do end up adding some, I think I used the My First Pet Stuff blinds, and then I also put in a mirror right on that wall. It took forever to figure out what I wanted there. Just because it's such a, like, narrow space, but I did put that there, so I think that looks good. And then I use these two bedside tables. The thing about tiny homes in real life, or, like, these trailer homes, is that usually when you look at the parents' room, like, the entire room is literally the bed. Like, they'll have storage and stuff on the walls surrounding the bed, but, like, most of the room is the bed. There's not, like, walking space or anything like that, but that doesn't function in The Sims, so I had to do what I could. But I don't really think it's a problem. I think it ended up looking still pretty nice. And then, yeah, there's another, like, little built-in type of unit here. I don't know if it necessarily looks like a built-in or just, like, a lot of furniture put together that's all white, but I like the way it looks. I always feel like built-ins are, like, things that look like they're attached to the house rather than movable furniture. Like, add some depth and character, because otherwise it's just like, yeah, here's my furniture, but I can be out of this house in, like, 2 days and it'll look completely different. But if you add in some stuff, I don't know. Yeah, I just think it looks nice. So that's cool. And then this area right here, there's a lot of snow globes on it. I was thinking that this could kind of be like where they keep so they have a thing, like a tradition, where they just buy a snow globe everywhere they go in their trailer, and then they keep all the snow globes on that little shelf there. But who knows. And then there's a little box of files there. And I'm not actually sure what the profession of the parents living here is. Like I said, I think they worked, like, office or corporate jobs before, but they kind of got over that and they wanted to do something different. So maybe they're just, like, they don't spend a ton of money. Maybe they had a lot of money before and they kind of saved up for this, and they do something, like, that doesn't make as much money. Like, maybe they run an Etsy shop or something like that. Because I know a lot of people in real life do that. The type of people that live in these houses are usually the, like, artsy type. But I don't know, I think that could be a cute idea, like freelancers of some kind, because they do have a computer. But, yeah, they do have a computer, but I don't really imagine them to be too into electronics. They just have a, like, tiny little TV, and it's, sort of in a bookshelf and, like, cluttered, and you can't exactly tell it's there if you're not looking for it. So I kind of did that intentionally. Like, I wanted it to seem like they didn't really use electronics too much, but yeah, so I'm not really sure exactly what they do. I am leaning more, now that I've thought about it, towards a freelancer type of career, and they had a lot of money, like, before, because maybe they just worked a lot before they moved out here. But yeah, right here I'm just making, I don't know exactly what this is, some kind of, like, water system. Logically, if it were a water system, it would be on the other side, because that's where the sink and the toilet are, but we're gonna pretend, we're gonna pretend it makes sense. And then I add in a skylight here, just because school buses in real life, they usually have a little, like an area that you can pop out of the ceiling, It's for emergency escape purposes, I think, but maybe they like repurposed it into a skylight, or you could still pop it out. I don't know. But right here, we moved on to the outside, and like I said before, I thought this is the place where they like always return to, so they have a lot of their stuff here. For once, I actually used the laundry system. In case you didn't know or you haven't seen any of my other builds, I basically never use laundry, which is weird because I love the laundry that I pack. I just never really actually use the laundry machines and stuff like that. But I use the little, I don't know, the like do-it-yourself laundry cleaners. I don't actually know what they're called. I mean, there's like a drying line and stuff. So I use those here just because I felt like it kind of fit with the theme of these people who are really into like the outdoors and sustainability. Yeah, I think they're probably very like environmentally conscious. So I liked doing that, and then they also have a little garden here. I didn't actually put any plants in it. I might do that before I upload it to the gallery, but I also put these little sprinklers inside of it just so that their plants can get watered while they're gone, because I felt like that made some sense. And then a little bit of landscaping here. The landscaping in this entire build is pretty sparse just because it is Oasis Springs, and I've talked about this before, but the landscaping in Oasis Springs, you really can't do much because it doesn't look natural to have really lush landscaping. Not something I'm particularly a fan of, but I don't mind it sometimes when I really just want to build and I don't want to work on all of the extra little details. To be fair, this is a kind of detailed build though. But yeah, and there's a little camping pit so they can be, you know, familial and tell stories around the fire. I don't know what they would tell stories about necessarily, but yeah. By the way, this is built in the same area that Johnny's S trailer is, so I felt like that made a little bit of sense. Maybe this is like a trailer type of community. But anyway, we're just finishing up on the terrain paint here and adding in a barbecue, but I think we're actually coming to the end of the build here, so thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it, and if you enjoyed it, you can subscribe to my channel so that you can see more, and also give this a like and comment to let me know. And if you want to play in this build, it will be up on my gallery page, and my origin ID is Thatsjaylin. And that is it. Bye!